Welcome into Got It Covered. Giovanni Heater alongside Raza Umarani. And today we are predicting the NFL playoffs in 2025. And we're also predicting our NFL postseason awards. Raza, going to be fun. We're just days away from the NFL kicking off. Can't wait to unpack it all because, again, it's already back and we're already talking about the playoffs. A lot of the same teams that we're familiar with, some new ones as well. How will it all shake out? Who will play for the Super Bowl? You're going to find out now.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the AFC, we talked about the NFC, a lot of the same teams from last year, a lot of the familiar names, familiar faces. Again, like this will be interesting to look back on if the Jaguars or the Titans wind up winning the division or something. But sometimes it's easiest to go chalk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What you got for your shirt there, by the way?
Oh, this is a little throwing it back to the old name.
That was not planned at all.
It was not.
Actually,
Yeah, this is
genuinely.
this is the old Super Bowl 20 Super Bowl 26 duo right here.
Indeed. Maybe they'll run it back. Just maybe.
Maybe they sneaky. Should have
Oh.
happened last year, man. Gosh darn it.
We were so close. Instead, we got Chiefs Eagles, which is what everybody wanted.
Oh my god.
Let's
Everybody loves seeing that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I did actually. I liked watching the Eagles take care of business.
The result I'm sure you liked.
Sure. And the halftime show was spectacular.
It was
Little
awesome.
Kendrick. All right. Let's go ahead first and talk about our postseason award predictions here. Let's start kind of from the bottom and up to the top. We'll go Coach of the Year first. Who you got for your NFL Coach of the Year in 2025?
I am giving it to a guy I'm not super fond of, man. I've been a harsh critic of this guy, but I think his team, his roster is really good this year. It just got a heck of a lot better, and they've got a really good quarterback who's in for a really good year. I think it's going to go to Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. I just think this is a perfect storm year for Green Bay. I'm obviously very high on them. We talked about that when we talked about the NFC. They're going to win a lot of games. They're going to win what could be the toughest division in football. And if they are competing for a 1 seed, especially if they get that 1 seed, they can definitely get it done. We just saw Coach of the Year last year go to Kevin O'Connell. They didn't even win the division. So that's not necessarily a prerequisite, but I just think the Packers are going to be a very impressive team this year. And considering the way that he's been coaching ever since he got there after they moved off Mike McCarthy, I think this is Matt LaFleur's year to take it home.
Bro, give me postseason football at Lambeau Field in the snow.
Yes.
Just like I need that for my soul. Like the Packers are one of those brands where the sport is better when they're good.
Yeah, no doubt. Them, the Steelers,
yeah,
the 49ers, like they're old school. I mean,
right.
Dude, I honestly think we're in that conversation too. I think that's why the league has kind of wrapped its arms around us now that we're good. I mean, like they play 12 games in standalone windows this year. So,
yeah.
But you're right.
No doubt. All right, for my Coach of the Year, I'm staying NFC as well. I have Todd Bowles, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning Coach of the Year. You know, I'm high on the Bucs. I got him at 13-4. I have him as the 3 seed. I have him winning the division. I really like what Todd Bowles has done with the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield's been a stud at quarterback. It's a talented team. They're going to play a really tough brand of defense as well. I just think they're going to be a hard out for everybody week in and week out. And on top of it, I do not think that there's a lot to offer in that division. I think it's theirs by a mile. I actually have them undefeated in the division, which I don't often do because it's not easy in the NFL to beat teams twice. We know this, right? But I have the Buccaneers going 6-0 in the division, and I have Todd Bowles as your Coach of the Year for that reason, right? If you go undefeated in division play, you deserve Coach of the Year. So give me Todd Bowles as NFL Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I think if their offense their offense kind of speaks for itself, right? And you can argue it got better. They just extended Luke Gedeke, and obviously they drafted Emeka Ibuka. I think if their defense improves from last year, which is really Bowles' specialty, right? He was a former defensive coordinator. If they show a leap on defense to become one of the, at least middle of the pack to upper half of the league defenses this season, real shot that he takes it home. And I said it before, right? They could be a sneaky 1 seed candidate. If they're able to do that, I think it's no question it'll go to him.
Comeback player of the year. I think this is really up to 2 different guys. I'm going to take Aiden Hutchinson. I think he's going to be your comeback player of the year. They're going to need to rely on him on defense. They lost so much of that defense. I don't know if the production is going to be there as a unit, but I know he's going to get after quarterbacks. He's too talented not to. And luckily, he was able to recover really quick. Like that's the difference between those bone injuries versus a ligament injury or a soft tissue injury. He's back on the field ready to go after seeing his leg snap in half. So I got Aiden Hutchinson as the comeback player of the year, mostly because the magnitude of the injury and when it happened, and he was already a star player in the league on a very good team that ended up with the 1 seed in the NFC. I think the other option here is JJ McCarthy, but he was injured in the preseason, rookie. He could have a great year, and I think he will be good for the Vikings this season. And I like what JJ McCarthy brings to the table, but not quite the star, not quite the ups and downs of Aiden Hutchinson's situation. So give me him for comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I'm with you. It is the chalk pick, but like I do think Hutch is going to come back with a vengeance. I could see him having 15, 16, 17, even more sacks this
Crazy.
year. JJ, like you said, is the other option. I would also throw Dak Prescott's hat in the ring.
Yeah.
Obviously, he did suffer that season-ending hamstring injury last year, and they're going to be in a position where I heard somebody earlier today say that the Cowboys are the Bengals of the NFC this year, which is very true, right? Their offense is going to need to score a billion points to make up for their shortcomings on defense. The difference is the Bengals actually extended their star pass rush, or at least restructured his contract for this year, whereas Dallas made the infamous move that we all know about by now. So if Dak has like maybe a type of year that Burrow had last year, where I believe he won comeback player of the year, you could see that be the case even if they don't make the playoffs. But I do think Hutchinson will be one of the top sack guys in the end. I mean, he had 7.5 sacks through like 4 or 5 games last year before getting hurt. If he's able to do that again, like he could win comeback player of the year and defensive player of the year,
which would be awesome.
So we're rooting for Hutch after what happened last year. So
he's a likable
awesome
guy
to watch. Dude, he's awesome. Billie Jean is not my love. Yeah, I'm really hoping it works out for him. So yeah, give me the Michigan man.
Yeah, there you go. I as you were talking about that, I just cannot believe a week or two before the NFL season started, Micah Parsons is now a Green Bay Packer. It's
nuts.
Unbelievable. Protector of the year, the new award in the NFL. I'm going to give it to the guy whose idea it was, the left tackle of the Buffalo Billions. Give me Deion Dawkins for protector of the year, because you already know that he takes it as a badge of honor to protect the reigning MVP, Josh Allen. No, but in all seriousness, I do think he's one of the best left tackles in the NFL. And I think too, like a big part of winning awards, particularly with something like this, like it's about making your brand and yourself known. And I don't know that there's an offensive lineman in the league that brands himself better, is more outspoken, is more of a character than Deion Dawkins, particularly if you watch Hard Knocks and things like that. But even if you don't, everybody already knows who Deion Dawkins is. So I think that already helps when people are voting for an award. The Bills are going to be good. I have them as the 1 seed in the AFC. So give me Deion Dawkins as protector of the year.
I didn't know until watching Hard Knocks just how much of the Schno brand he had. He's rocking T-shirts. It's on his drifting cars. I'm like, holy crap, this is his whole identity.
His face mask is a snowflake. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to look out for that next time they play. It's literally his face mask is a snowflake.
He's so cool. I want to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine who lives in upstate New York. His mom, her favorite player is Deion Dawkins, so much that they named their dog Dawkins.
Wow.
So
that's
Dawkins,
a good dog name.
It is a good dog name. That dog is a menace. I don't think he's very fond of me. I don't think he's fond of anybody, but there were a couple directions I was thinking about going here. Penei Sewell was a name that jumped out to me off rip, but because I think that line's going to take a step back, and also I think Sewell is a better run blocker than pass blocker, my thought went to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I could have given it to either Jordan Mailata or Lane Johnson, but I'm sticking with Lane Johnson at right tackle. It might be harder to win this award as a right tackle than a left tackle, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Lane. And honestly, the reason I think they're going to give it to him is because it's going to be like his lifetime achievement award, because he doesn't have much time left.
Yeah.
And he's been one of the best tackles in the NFL ever since he was drafted way back in 2013. So It's
I
kind of
like it.
like it's like at the VMAs when they give something to Eminem because the Marshall Mathers LP came out 20 years ago. But the difference is that Eminem is making bad music now, but Lane Johnson is still the best right tackle in football now. So like
Still
I
with the
think it's
Eminem slander.
okay, but you know what I mean. I mean,
I'm
this
just
guy
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Marshall's not doing what he was doing way back
That's
in the 90s and the
it doesn't hit
2000s.
the same. It doesn't hit the
It
same. But we
it does
still
not.
love Eminem.
He's absolutely goated, obviously. Shout out to Shady. But yeah, Lane is not just historically great, he's currently great. And I think it's a combination of a lifetime achievement award and you're still, kicking ass award. So give me Lane Johnson to keep on bringing hardware to Philadelphia.
We're going to knock both of these two out, offensive and defensive rookie of the year. For my offensive rookie of the year, there are some options here. And I did give this thought. I hope they win enough games for him to be in this conversation because I do think winning games is important when you're talking about postseason awards. Give me Ashton Janty of the Raiders to win offensive rookie of the year. I don't think that there's necessarily an offensive rookie at a skill position that like absolutely jumps off the page at you. And I also don't think there's a quarterback. Listen, if it comes week 4 and they decide to start Jackson Dart and then he has a great year, I was wrong. But
Yeah.
he's not their week 1 starter. They have Russ, and I think it's going to be more of a slow play with Jackson Dart. I do think that he could be the face of the franchise that they're looking for in New York. But I don't think it's going to happen overnight. So I don't know that there's a quarterback up for this. Like Emeka Ibuka was certainly somebody that I gave some thought. But I'm going to go with Ashton Janty as offensive rookie of the year. And then defensive rookie of the year, this one was a little bit easier for me. Give me Abdul Carter. And
Yeah.
that just goes to show that the Giants cooked in their draft, because if something crazy happens and you're looking at Jackson Dart up for offensive rookie of the year, then you got Abdul Carter on the other side. I mean, you actually could have two Giants in the mix here. So
Yeah.
give me Abdul Carter on the defensive side. I think he's going to be a menace.
Yeah, if that happens, and you would have a nickel for every time a New York team won offensive and defensive rookie of the year in the same year in the last 5 seasons, you'd have 2 nickels because the Jets did it with Sauce and Garrett Wilson back in 22. I'm with you on Genty. I thought about Ward. I thought about Ibuka. I even thought about Golden. I just don't know that those guys are going to have the production necessary to be considered, right? Because last year, Jaden Daniels won 49 of the 51st place votes. The other one went to Brock Bowers, who had to have the greatest rookie tight end season in history, and he only got 1 vote because it goes to the quarterback. I like what you said, that no quarterback jumps off the page. I think if it had to go to somebody, it would be Ward.
Yeah.
But I do think that Genty is going to have the type of season that drops jaws. Like, he could have close to 1,800 yards on the ground this year, maybe 11, 12, 13 touch. I'm very high on Genty, so I'm totally with you. And also, that's my guy. I think he deserved the Heisman, so I would give him some hardware to go home with. Defensive rookie of the year, I'm with you on an edge rusher, but I'm going to go in a different direction because we're talking about winning games. This is a guy who's going to be in a lot of profiled games, national TV. He's making his NFL debut on Sunday Night Football, and he's on one of the most stacked defenses in all of the NFL. I'm going to take Mike Green to take this one home.
All right. I don't hate it at all.
Listen, he's a first-round talent that fell to the second round because of some off-the-field stuff.
Right.
That's neither here nor there in this discussion. I know we all have our opinions about it. One thing we can't deny is that the kid can play, and they are blown away by him in Baltimore, and they've had this track record of bringing in guys that might be a little iffy off the field, and they just coached them up, man. They just coached them up.
They do.
He's got a little small, but he's got the speed, man. He's got the burst and the strength and the bend, man. He is so bendy in a way that Carter is as well. But if Green has 12 sacks and Carter has 13, they might give it to Green because he's a Raven.
Sure.
And
the wins are going to be there.
Yeah, I think like he's going to be more of a known commodity.
He's going to play in a lot of big
Abdul
games.
Carter. So that's what went into that decision for me. Because like I went to Jared Verse last year. Was he really the best defensive rookie last year? I don't know. I
He
don't
was
know.
pretty good.
He was, but like, I mean, you had a lot of pretty good
You
rookies
did.
last year. You could have given it to anybody, but the Rams were a very high profile team. So give me Mike Green. It's not chalk. It's really my one non-chalk pick here. So I'll go against the green.
I like it. I like it. All right, we're going to go offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year. First, starting with the offense, give me Jamar Chase. I mean,
Yeah.
his numbers last year were awesome, and so were Joe's, right? And it doesn't happen without each other, right? And so I like Jamar Chase. I think the production that he had last year just continues this season. I like Jamar Chase as your offensive player of the year. Of course, Saquon's in that conversation, or whatever your runner-up quarterback is. Insert Burrow or
Mhm.
Allen or Jackson or maybe even Mahomes. Like insert a handful of names there.
Yeah.
But give me
Jaden
Jamar
Daniels,
Chase.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me Jamar Chase because also it's almost like it's turned into okay, we're going to give the quarterback the MVP and the nod is going to go to the other skill position player, either receiver or running back at offensive player of the year. So I like Jamar Chase there. And the defensive player of the year, give me Patrick Surtain of the Broncos back to back,
Back to
baby.
back.
Give me back to back. I just think he's a beast. And I think the Broncos are going to win a lot of games this year. I'm high on the Broncos postseason again for Sean Payton and company. And that defense is probably going to be the best defense in the NFL, if
Mhm.
not at least one of them. No question,
Mhm.
top 5. If you are the best player on the best defense in the National Football League, back to back or not, you should win defensive player of the year. And that's just kind of where the logic stems from. I know he's a corner. I know it doesn't always go to corners often like that. I know back to back. I mean, it does happen. It happened with Aaron Donald, but
Mhm.
I think it's a feel thing. I think he's a dog.
I'm with you, right? Best player on the best defense. For me, I think they're going to be one of the best defenses. I think he's either the first or second best player on this defense, but I think this is the year he explodes and has a
Yeah.
close to 20 sack total. My defensive player of the year, I'm going to go with Will Anderson Jr., man. This guy has been flirting with greatness ever since he entered the league. I think we're going to look back on Houston trading up for him as one of like the all-time great draft moves, even though they had to give up a lot of capital for them to leave with Stroud and Anderson is nuts. So I think Will Anderson has a huge year this year. Houston's defense was obviously amazing last year. It's still going to be really good this year. It might be better this year, honestly, now that their young guys are getting more play. To your point about corners, Stingley could win this award too.
He
Derek
very
Stingley
well
Jr.
could.
was amazing last year, and if he winds up being the premier player of this defense, could go to him too. But I'm going to go for my offensive player of the year. I'm going to go with a more seasoned veteran. I think we're in the running back renaissance. When I was deciding between guys for this, I was like, Saquon could do it again. Gibbs could do it. Bijan could do it. So many backs could do it. If James Cook has another 18 touchdown season, he could do it. But I think the way this guy looked in this offense last year, finally getting to play for a real contender, just unstoppable behind an incredible offensive line, man. I think he reclaims another offensive player of the year. Give me Derrick Henry in Baltimore to
Wow.
get it done. I think another massive, massive season is in the works. I really hope that's the case because I took him 8th overall in my fantasy draft last night. But I made this pick before that draft selection, and I didn't remember that it even happened. So it just happens to work out this way. I just think he had an amazing year last year, and I don't see why that can't continue. Every year we think Derrick Henry is going to take a step back. It doesn't happen. Now he's got to stay healthy, obviously, and Lamar does too, for them to balance each other out the way that they do. But man, that offense is absolutely fearsome. And I think again, it's going to be a running back award this year because we're in the running back renaissance. So why not give it to Derrick Henry? Because I think the Ravens again are just going to be in so many big games, and I think they're going to take home a lot of hardware this year. Maybe not a Lombardi. We'll get into that, but that's what I think.
All right. I like the pick. Let's go with our MVP pick here. Roz, I'll let you go first for this one.
I thought about this one, man. I would love to get up here and tell you Jaden Daniels is going to do it. And Vegas doesn't hate that take. He's got the 4th or 5th best MVP odds behind the big 4 quarterbacks.
Where's Josh at?
I want to say he's either like tied for first or narrowly in second. I know
Okay.
Lamar is a favorite. And in my mind, I'm like, shoot. Lamar, man, how can you say no to Lamar? He arguably could have won it last year.
Yeah.
He's such an electrifying player on an offense that's still going to be amazing. The same thing applies to Josh. If Jaden has this huge, an even better year 2 than he did a rookie season, it could be his award. If Saquon puts up huge numbers again, who's to say they can't give it to him? But I think that between some of the stuff this team is going to have to deal with and the way that I think this guy is still going to be able to right the ship and still get this team in a position to contend and maybe get to a Super Bowl, maybe win a Super Bowl. I know it's a regular season award, but I think this team will have the 1 seed again. And I think he's going to put up pretty good numbers this year, bounce back from an uncharacteristic 2024, again, reclaiming an MVP for the 3rd time in his illustrious young career. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes, man. Like,
Bro.
It's just,
Bro.
It's a situation where they're going to be the 1 seed again. He's not going to have Rashee Rice for 6 games, and I still think they're going to be 5-1, 6-0 through those 6 games. I don't know that anybody's going to put up the numbers that they did last year. I think these defenses are starting to get better in the AFC because they need to stop the quarterbacks. And we've seen Mahomes have a down year, even in the last 2 years. But I think this is a season that looks very similar to 2022 for him when he did win MVP. And I think that's going to be enough to get him back on top.
Their division's too hard for them to win the 1 seed.
But he dominated the division. He's 35-5 in his career.
Okay, but that division's never had 4 possible Hall of Famers as head coaches.
That's true.
Like, you got Herbert and Knicks, and like the only easy out, if they're even an easy out, is the Raiders. Like, I think the Chiefs are gonna be in the mix of everybody beating each other up in the division. They're not gonna get the 1 seed. I don't think they get the 1 seed.
I think we always doubt
if they get the 1 seed,
and then they
will bow. We will bow at their greatness.
Yeah,
because they will be coming out of the best division in the AFC if they do that.
And exactly, that's the other thing. It's the toughest division probably in the league, and it's like we are thinking of how great Lamar and Josh are. If they're able to get the 1 seed, win the division, I think like it almost has to go to him by default. And like, again, I know the Chiefs won a lot of games by the skin of their teeth last year, but I don't think that'll happen this year. I think they'll just straight up be better.
Fair. You at least align with your pick in Kansas City winning the 1 seed. Okay, makes sense. Your logic makes sense. I don't agree with it, but it all maps out on paper. My MVP pick, I'm going Joe Burrow. Burrow because the numbers last year were preposterous. And if he had won more games, he probably would have won MVP. And you're talking to the biggest Josh Allen lover in this part of Syracuse, New York. You know what I mean? Yes. So I think the defense is enough this year that they're going to be better and win more games. I have them in the playoffs. In fact, what is my seed for them in the playoffs? I have them as the 5 in the playoffs at 13-4 and 4-2 in the division. I'm high on the Bengals because I think they improve on defense. And at that rate, I mean, I just picked Jamar Chase as your offensive player of the year. Someone's got to throw him the rock. I think Joe Burrow's that guy. Like he's just cold-blooded, dude. Like unlike the rest of these guys who are emotional and he is cold-blooded. And he's won every big game you could ask him to. He's the only one that's taken Patrick off the throne and gone to a Super Bowl instead. And he's different. Like serial killer vibes out of Joe Burrow. It's like startling a little bit. So I'm going to go Joe Burrow to win the MVP because the numbers didn't lie last year. Unfortunately, the wins just weren't there.
Right. And are the numbers going to be back this year? It's easier to say yes than no because of how bad their defense is going to be. And like, again, if he carries them to the playoffs with a horrible defense while putting up amazing numbers, it could go to him. I mean, if you gave it to him last year, man, I wouldn't have been pissed. Like he was awesome last year. So if he can put up similar numbers or better numbers, definitely think it should go to him, especially if they wind up in the playoffs. If they win 13 games, man, holy shit, you got no other choice. Because he's going to lead the league in passing touchdowns, no interceptions. His completion percentage is going to be through the roof. He's an absolute stud. Nobody hates Joe Burrow. I think that's like, I've never met anybody who doesn't like Joe Burrow. And I
Right.
think that's such a testament to who he is as a player and as a guy. Would definitely love to see him win MVP. Whereas my pick, if it goes to Patrick again, people are like,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
guy again.
Right. Right. Let's go ahead and talk playoffs. Let's pick our playoffs here, Raza. So I think the way to do it is we go round by round. That sound good to you? All right.
That sounds
So
good.
we'll start with you in the AFC, and we'll go round by round here. What do you got for the wild card games?
All right, I'll make this brief because also the AFC plays out the same way every gosh darn year. I've got a rematch in the wild card game in Houston between the 5 seed Chargers and the 4 seed Texans, but this time I'm just kidding. Houston still gets it done. I think their defense is too much. And you kind of need to see Herbert win a playoff game to believe it. And I think that this would be another tough test against the defense that's already bitten him quite hard once. I've got the Bengals going to Buffalo in the 7-2 matchup. Buffalo again hosts an orange wearing 7 seed in the wild card round. And again, they come out on top. We've seen Cincy go into Buffalo and win a playoff game, but not with this defense under these circumstances. Bills are just too damn good this year. And then Broncos get in as the 6. They go to Baltimore. Baltimore, for what it's worth, when they are playing in a wild card game, very good. Once you have to get to the divisional and conference championship game, different story. So give me the Ravens, Bills, and Texans to go play with the Chiefs in the divisional round of the AFC.
All right. All right. I have for the AFC, I have the Chargers, who come in with the 7 seed going to face Baltimore, the 2 seed in Baltimore. I have the Ravens coming out victorious in that one. I have Denver, who is my 6 seed, going on the road to play at Kansas City. A little bit of a divisional matchup there. I have Kansas City winning that one. And then I have Cincinnati going on the road to play Houston. Cincinnati at Houston. I have the Bengals coming out in that one. So fairly chalky. I mean, the Texans are technically the higher seed, but the Bengals have a way better record. It's about who wins the division. Pretty chalky. Probably all of the favorites, all of the best quarterbacks, essentially, is what it comes down to. So I have the advancements being Baltimore, Kansas City, and Cincinnati out of the wild card round. That sets up Cincinnati at Buffalo and Kansas City at Baltimore.
Holy
smokes. Fan me. Fan me.
Yeah, I have the exact same matchups as last year in the exact same order, right? Because I have Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, Houston, and I think it goes the exact same way. I think Kansas City beats Houston, and I think Baltimore again falters at the hands of Josh Allen. Like, I cannot take Lamar to go to Buffalo and win a playoff game there, man. Like, whether or not it's his fault is a matter for January to be, for us to see what's going to happen. But I cannot sit here in confidence say, I think there's a real shot, man. If you had to put a gun to my head and you said, who's the second team you'd pick to win the Super Bowl, it would be Baltimore. But I just can't pick them to advance in the playoffs because they always suck. Like, it's so hard to put faith in them
in the playoffs
when I don't see it. So I will take another Kansas City Buffalo title game, even though I think Baltimore is probably better than both of them.
Talent-wise.
Yeah, it's just
paper.
I got to see it, man. I got to see it in January.
I have Cincinnati at Buffalo and Kansas City at Baltimore. I mean, that's a football fan's dream out of the AFC.
You'd have to surgically remove me from the couch cushion.
Unbelievable divisional round. Give me Buffalo, the 1 seed, to make it to the AFC Championship game and host it in Buffalo for the first time in Josh Allen's regime. Wow. And then I have Kansas City winning at Baltimore because it's the Chiefs until proven otherwise. And Lamar Jackson turns into a pumpkin and Cinderella in the postseason. So it sets up an AFC title game of Kansas City at Buffalo. It's the final game, no matter what, ever at the Ralph. The place is going to be absolutely losing its mind. I have chills thinking about it right now. Like, that stadium, Highmark Stadium, is going to be insane if they play in the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs to send out that stadium. Like, are you kidding me? So with that being said, you have Kansas City Buffalo AFC title game as well, but yours
Mhm,
is in Arrowhead. Who do you
mhm.
have going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm such a lame SOB, right? I have all the same stuff playing out as it did last year. It's just like the AFC just feels like it's that way. Um, I it's kind of weird to think about it. Last year was supposed to be the year that Buffalo took a step back, and they didn't. They were awesome the whole year. And Kansas City felt like they did take a step back, but they were still the 1 seed and they still went to the Super Bowl. It feels like Buffalo's a better team than Kansas City. If the situation you say plays out the way it did, man, the Bills would have to win that game. Last game at the Ralph to finally get the monkey off your back and go back to the bowl, man. Like if
Be
I know I've said
insane.
it, I know I've said like it doesn't matter if the game is played on Mars, like you got to show me you can beat Mahomes, but like I'd be hard pressed to not pick Buffalo there. I just can't do it. I can't do it in Kansas City. I think it has to happen eventually. Is this the year? I just don't know. And like I need to see it to believe it's gonna happen. I got Kansas City going back to the bowl.
That's all right. This is why it's so important for Buffalo to finally get the 1 seed.
Yeah, that's a fair point, man.
This is why it is everything for Buffalo to finally get the 1 seed, which is the only way they've not tried this. And when I was picking these games, I almost had Baltimore beating Kansas City and dethroning them in Baltimore because I said in my head, I was like, maybe Buffalo's only route is, besides the 1 seed, is to avoid Kansas City. But I was like,
Right.
it's just too much. There's too many fates at play
Mhm.
for it not to be like, to be the best, you got to beat the best. I know it sounds
Mhm.
cliche, but it just doesn't it make all the sense in the world. Like, even if you want to be that guy that believes that there's a script, wouldn't this script be the best possible script? Last game at the Ralph, AFC Championship, Chiefs, Bills, and finally Josh dethrones Mahomes. Like
That's movie stuff,
it'd be
man.
one of
They
the
would make a
greatest
movie.
stories in the history of sports.
Yes. They would make a movie about it.
So give me the Bills. Give me the Bills. I
I
just
think
think this is the year that look, they did all the things they needed to do. They bolstered the defensive line.
mhm.
They've found ways to stop the run, right? You want to say that there's not a number one receiver. Like, people are emerging. Tyrell Shavers, maybe Keon Coleman has a big year. You have one of the most underrated and slept on receivers in the league in Khalil Shakir. You did everything to plan ahead and extend everybody, including James Cook, right? You got ahead on Greg Rousseau. You got ahead on Khalil Shakir and got him for a steal, right? Like, you have the MVP quarterback. Like, it's all there. Can they finally win the big one? Like, I know you have to see it to believe it, but
Mhm.
AFC title game in Buffalo for the first time, like, the cards, eventually the law of averages has to come into play. You
Yes.
can't lose to him every
Yes.
time.
It's a matter of when, not if it's gonna happen, because it's
Right.
gonna happen. But, hey, listen, in my defense, to play my own devil's advocate, Kansas City is only the 3rd favorite to come out of the AFC. It's Baltimore, then it's Buffalo, then it's KC.
Yeah.
So it might seem chalky. I know, because obviously it's just so easy to default to the Chiefs, but like Vegas thinks it's a three horse race. I think I agree as well. Like it could be any of those three, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just going with the. It's like when SpongeBob pulls out All Reliable, and on the inside is the freaking Chiefs in
The
the Super
Chiefs.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Exactly. All right. You got Kansas City in the Super Bowl out of the AFC. I got the Buffalo Bills. Let's talk NFC on the other side of things here. I'll let you go first, my man. What you got for wild card weekend out of the NFC?
Yeah. So in the 4-5, I've got the old Tampa Bay the alter ego Tom Brady game is what I was trying to say. San Francisco against Tampa Bay. I know what you're thinking. Why does San Francisco play into this equation? Well, Brady grew up a San
Yeah,
Francisco
indeed.
49er fan.
Oh,
So,
I have one more thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It would also make sense for Josh Allen to go to Candlestick, even though it's not Candlestick anymore, and win the Super Bowl there because he's from there.
mhm,
Sorry, my bad.
exactly, exactly.
I'll let you run.
Um, Yeah, we both have quarterbacks that are from California, so it could work either way. Either way, I like Tampa Bay to win that game against San Francisco at home. I think that they're again in a position where their offense is going to be extremely strong. San Francisco, man, they could either make the playoffs or be awful.
Yes.
And like I think they're a playoff team, but I said it the other day with the NFC West. I think they're going to produce 1 to 2 playoff teams that are good in the regular season and fizzle out in the playoffs. Even though we've seen the 49ers be a good playoff team, we've seen Tampa be a good playoff team as well. I've got a divisional matchup between Detroit and Green Bay at Lambeau Field. Holy crap. Imagine that matchup to start the
Wow.
season and then end the season. My goodness gracious. But I'm going to take Green Bay in that game. I think playing at Lambeau in the playoffs, as much as it faltered under Aaron Rodgers, we've never seen a Jordan Love home playoff game. And I think that things might go better for them with Jay Love at the helm. So give me the Packers as well. And then I've got a bit of a California homecoming. The should have been, would have been, could have been NFC Championship game from last year. Washington at the Rams. If it never snowed in that game in Philadelphia, this would have been the NFC Championship game, and I might have had more hair on my head today than I did when I shaved it back in January. But regardless, I think I originally picked the Rams to win this game, but I think that stadium would be 70% burgundy and gold. And I think that it's a homecoming for Jaden to go back to SoCal. And the Rams defense gives me a lot of pause. And Jaden, we talked about it earlier with Burrow. Jaden is a cold-blooded Terminator when the going gets tough. So is Matt Stafford. I think this would be a kind of whoever has the ball last wins type of game. But I like our defense over there. So give me a playoff win in back-to-back years for Washington for the first time since I was -13.
Wow. All right. I like it. And I don't disagree. For my first matchup I have in the 5-4 game, I have the Commanders with the 5 and I have the Lions with the 4. Another situation where the Commanders slightly better record, but how the divisions play out and everything. I have Washington and Detroit. Give me Washington to win that game on the road at Detroit. So I also have them winning back-to-back playoff games in back-to-back seasons. So give me Washington at Detroit. San Francisco at Tampa Bay. That's the 6 against the 3. Give me the Buccaneers to advance in that one against San Francisco. I'm very high on Baker Mayfield and Todd Bowles, as I previously mentioned. And it's a home game for them. And then Green Bay on the road at Los Angeles to play the Rams. Green Bay the 7, the Rams the 2. In that one, give me – who did I pick? I picked the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Yeah.
Give me the Rams. It's a home game. The more and more I think about it, the more and more, especially, I actually made this pick before Micah Parsons became a Green Bay Packer.
Mm-hmm.
Can I change it now that Micah Parsons is a Packer?
It's live TV. You can do whatever you want.
I'm changing it.
There you
Give
go.
me the Packers to go to LA. Like, it's going to be the same situation. The place is going to be 70% Packers fans. I mean, there's Packers fans everywhere.
Yeah.
Give me the Packers to win that game. Give me the Packers to win that game. So that sets up for me Washington at Philly, who's my top seed.
Well, it would be actually the Packers at Philly.
Oh, it would. It would. It would change everything. You're right.
And Washington would go back to Tampa Bay.
You're right. So, yeah. So Packers at Philly and then Washington going to Tampa Bay. Oh, snap. This changes everything for my playoff picture.
You got 2 rematches from last year's wild card right there.
I did. All right, let's pick this next round here. I'll go first. You got Green Bay at Philly. Give me Philly. Mm-hmm. But, dude, Green Bay, Philly in the snow? Come on.
That game would be electric. The link would be the link would be a zoo. It's always a zoo. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Give me Philly in that one. They're just so talented, man. Mm-hmm. They're so talented. Give me the defending Super Bowl champs. And then you have Washington at Tampa Bay. You
Don't
see,
feel
when it was
persuaded to do anything here.
no, it has nothing to do with you. I actually love picking against you. It's fun.
It is fun.
um, see, when it was Tampa Bay going to Los Angeles, I had Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
The Commanders being in it is so different. Give me Tampa Bay. It's a home game for Tampa Bay.
It was last year too.
I know it was. But I just think like I know it was. Give me Tampa Bay. Give me the coach of the year. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they're gonna be an improved football team.
Yeah. Give me Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa Bay to win that game. Plus, I mean, dude, you think they're going to lose to the same team back to back years? You know, that doesn't happen a ton in the NFL.
And Packers always find a way to lose to the 49ers in the playoffs. I'm just saying it's not unheard of.
Yeah, and Josh finds a way to lose to Patrick too.
That's a good point.
I know. So
You and
give
I
me a
have the
Tampa Bay
same.
Philly NFC title game. What you got?
Yeah, you and I have the same four, just in a different order. I have Washington at Philly and Tampa at Green Bay. Two NFC Championship rematches from this decade, which is interesting. Packers at home over the Bucks are an easy choice for me between weather and Micah and the Packers defense. This could be a shootout in all honesty, but I think the frozen tundra is the great equalizer in this game. Although, like, dude, Lambeau's low-key not the home field advantage we think it is in the playoffs. I know I said that earlier, but like 07 Giants, 2011
Yeah.
Giants, 2013 49ers, the 2021 49ers, the Buccaneers in 2020, like the list goes on. And then Washington at Philly, listen, the great Taylor Swift once said, I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. I think it would be the same outcome as it was last year. I would love to think, oh man, we've got this chip on our shoulder. We're going back to the place of the guys we hate that ended our season last year. Let's go get them. But it's Philly. You said it, man. It's freaking Philly. It's the link. It's the Philadelphians out and about with their cheesesteaks. It's Nick Sirianni being a smug piece of garbage. It's all these guys doing their thing, man. And they're a machine you're gonna have to see them knocked off by somebody else. I don't know if we have what it takes to get it done this year. I would love to say that we do. Even if we did, I don't know that we would beat Green Bay in Green Bay. That'd be nuts. But give me the Eagles to host another NFC Championship game against the Green Bay Packers.
That's a more fascinating matchup than I have in mind, to be honest. But my Green Bay at Philly happened in the divisional.
There you go.
Give me the Philadelphia Eagles to go to the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year.
Third time in 4 years.
Third time in 4 years with a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship game. And let me say this, they do it with flying colors. Everybody's talking about how they're massive favorites in the Super Bowl because they won this NFC Championship game against Tampa Bay by 17 or something preposterous.
Yeah. Similar situation to what happened in 22, right? When they put the smackdown on the 49ers, who didn't have a quarterback, to be fair.
And what happened last year.
Yeah, that's true.
They beat up on
I don't think they were favored in that game, but maybe they were. But you're right. I mean, I forgot that even happened. You just reminded me of it when I was blissfully ignorant of it, and now it's like my whole night is just coming crumbling down into ashes.
Sorry.
But if anybody got me, the Green Bay Packers have my back. I have them going to Philly.
Wow.
Upsetting the Birds in
Wow.
Philadelphia to get to the bowl. I did not have the Packers in the Super Bowl before they traded for Micah Parsons. So I just think it changes everything. And I know so many people are going to have the same opinion and they're going to be like, oh, Mr. Chalk Ruza's back at it again. But listen, the chalk pick here would be like Ravens Eagles. I'm not doing that. Like Packers is about as chalk as it gets, right? I'm not sitting up here and
I don't think the Packers are that chalk. I have them as my 7. That was before Micah Parsons was a Packer.
I think now it is. Now it's chalky. So I have a Chiefs Packers Super Bowl, man. It's I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. But
well,
I think the two best teams in football are Baltimore and Philadelphia. But I am not picking that to be the Super Bowl because I'll gag.
And how often do the two best teams go?
Exactly. You just never see it.
Right. let's pick our Super Bowls. I have Buffalo and Philadelphia, and you have the Chiefs and the Packers, who you have hoisting the Lombardi in 2026 at that point.
It will be 2026. It'll be in Cali. We're going back to Cali. And man, you talk about the storylines of Jordan Love going back to California. He's a Bakersfield kid. Revamped defense with Micah Parsons. Packers back in the Super Bowl for the first time since 2010. Also in the home of Aaron Rodgers, Northern California. He was a 49er fan growing up. They passed on him to start the 2005 NFL draft. They took Alex Smith instead. Look what that did to them. The Packers would go out to the West Coast with a point to prove, looking to bring Lombardi home. And they will not be able to do it.
I knew you were going there.
I think it's revenge tour season in Kansas City. And I know like a Kansas City revenge tour is like, ugh, eye roll. But it always is, man. It always is. Think about like I think this will be a 2022 redux for Kansas City, where they're coming off a crushing playoff defeat and Mahomes goes and wins MVP and they wind up winning a Super Bowl. Nobody thinks that they're going to win over a team that wears green. I think it's the 2022 redux. And I have Kansas City winning their 4th Super Bowl in the last 7 years. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's heartbreaking. Oh, and dude, don't even get me started if they announce
win that much. I just don't know how somebody could win that much.
Dude, don't get me started on if Taylor Swift is the halftime show. You might as well just etch the Chiefs name on the Lombardi right now. Don't even get me started.
All right. Well, I have a Bills, Eagles Super Bowl. The Eagles were just there. I'm not saying there's a level of complacency that comes with it. Familiar territory for them. It just feels like it's this perfect wave of last year at the Ralph, and Josh is going back home. He's from Fireball, California, Northern California, and he's going to go play at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's just this perfect storm of we keep saying about him, like at some point it has to happen. And statistically, he is one of, if not the best postseason quarterback in the history of the National Football League. If you take wins and losses out of it, the man has 24 touchdowns and 1 turnover. Like, it's unbelievable. At some point, it has to all just happen. And this is the year. Last year at the Ralph, you just re-signed James Cook. They've done all the right things. They've gotten ahead. I mentioned all this. Like, I don't have a rhyme or a reason for you other than he's probably the most demigod talented player on the face of the planet. And it just doesn't seem right that he doesn't have one. He has to have one eventually. And I think this is the year.
It's when and not if, man. I said it once, I'll say it again. Like, it's got to happen eventually. Like, the fact that neither Lamar nor Josh has even been to a Super Bowl is just bonkers. Like, it's only a matter of time before they get there, before they win one.
And Josh more than Lamar to me, though, too, because of what Josh does in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. You're right. And
his numbers are insane.
Lamar has only lost to Patrick once. Josh has done it 4 times.
Josh,
and it's never been his
with
fault.
13 seconds left.
It's never been his fault. Like, it's pretty much always Lamar's fault. Don't let the media try to fool you. So I agree with what you're saying. Like, and again, this is why I'm comparing it to 22. This feels like the Chiefs have never been more vulnerable.
I just think it's not even about the Chiefs. It's not about the Chiefs for me. It's about their division.
I know, but people said that like the 2023 AFC West was going to be like really good. Like when the Seahawks, good Lord, the Raiders still had Derek Carr and stuff like that. Like I remember, like, we've done this song and dance before because we always try to knock off the top dog, but it's like if next year, if this year they lose in the wild card round or something, then next year I won't pick them to win the Super Bowl because we'll see the vulnerability actually
Sure.
come to light. But I just need to see it to
That's
believe
fine.
it. But dude, I'm on your side, man. I'll be rooting for Buffalo in that inevitable championship game, regardless of where it's played. It's got to happen, man. I want to see Buffalo win one so bad.
Dude, you and me both. Like, did you hear Josh talk about on Hard Knocks? He had a sit down interview with Kyle Brandt, and Kyle Brandt said, "Do you ever, you ever dreamt about the Super Bowl?" And he's like, or no, he said, "Do you have the speech ready?" Because they were talking about Haley Steinfeld, his wife, accepting Academy Awards, and he's like, "Do you have a Do you have a Super Bowl speech ready?" And he said, "It's not written down, but it's up there. It's up there." And he's like, I can feel it. I can feel it. And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, I can feel the parade. And he's like, you can hear the screeching of the bus, and you can hear the tires crunkling over the mix of ice and salt.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear the roar and just how much it, and like Josh had this smile on his face, and he's like, it's up there. I can feel it. Like, dude.
This is gonna have to be the year, man.
It might be the most like rewarding championship in the history of sports when the Bills win the Super Bowl.
It'll be right up there with the 2016 Cubs.
Yeah.
It'll be right up there.
But the difference is the Cubs had done it before. I know it had been like a lifetime.
Yeah, it'd been 108 years.
But
like they were literally physically cursed as a franchise.
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty much the same thing.
It'd be very similar, yeah.
I mean, just to go to 4 of them, like I don't have a number that's going to jump off the page to sell you on this. Like, it's just a feel thing. And just imagine the first game at the new stadium, they unveil that banner.
Drop a banner. That would be
insane.
Again, absolute cinema. I need to see that.
Give me the
I'm
Bills.
rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for you. Give me a Commanders Bills Super Bowl.
This would be must-see TV if that happens. Holy smokes.
We'd have to go.
We'd have to go.
I don't know how we would afford it, but
I'll take out a small loan. Just a teeny little loan.
Just a little loan. There we go. Well, this was fun, man. This was a blast. I can't, dude. We're watching football tomorrow. We're watching football tomorrow.
I know. I'm a Cowboys fan tomorrow. I never thought I'd say that, but I'm a Cowboys fan tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan tomorrow too.
Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
All right, brother. Well, have a great birthday. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow anyway, but Raza's birthday is tomorrow. We got football tomorrow. What a wonderful birthday present. As always, you can find us at Got It Covered FB on social media. Hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. Refer to the show to friends. We're trying to keep growing this thing. We love doing it. So continue to support, and we appreciate you. Raza, say your goodbyes to the people.
Appreciate everybody who tapped in here, has been tapping in, man. We're going to keep this thing going. This is like so much fun every time we get to do it. So again, busy times now that we're double dipping with college and the NFL, but it's the best time of the year, man. It's Christmas in September, and can't wait to keep rocking with you, brother, and can't wait to keep on growing this thing. It's going to be a blast.
Absolutely. For Raza, I'm Gio. We'll see you next time.